Conversations on the art of relationships. My name is Nkosana Mchandale. I'm not a love doctor or any expert, but I'm sitting outside here, beautiful morning, and I'm thinking to myself, I was thinking about the rate of divorce, fatherless kids that, are fatherless not because their fathers have passed away, but simply because their fathers have forsaken their responsibilities. Same applies. There are women that have left kids with their fathers and then forsaken their responsibilities, and there's a list of broken relationships that we can go into, and I hope we'll go into those and ultimately give an answer to somebody who needs an answer. Learn together, because we as human beings, we are wired for connections. We are social beings, and relationships are a fundamental part of our lives, but they can also be a pain, and they can be sometimes be hurtful if they are not rightly formed. If there are cracks in those relationships, and then we can see devastating results. And now the question would be, have you paused and looked at your current relationships, how they were formed, on what principles were they formed? Look at your cycles, the people that are around you. As we start, we must start there and say, let's do a self-introspection. Number one, the most important person in any relationship is yourself. And the most important relationship is a relationship with yourself. So today I would like us to pause there a little bit before we move, because the aim, I want to keep these videos as short as possible so that we can share them, because I think there's an urgency, there's a need for us to teach on relationships. And today I would like us to pause there, the relationship with myself. Can I look at myself in the mirror, on the mirror? I don't know what's the right English there. But yeah, can I look at myself in the mirror and talk to myself, Can I ask myself questions like, who am I, Where am I going? What do I want to achieve on a daily basis? Can I stand and say I love myself, I appreciate myself? Can I look at myself and say I'm the best friend to myself before I try to search for a friend, Because remember, relationships, you must give and also receive. But the most important or most basic thing about giving is you can't give what you don't have. Yes, what you must give, you must have. I can't give you money that I don't have. If I want to love somebody, I must first love. Love must be a part of me, and the only way to see it is if I love myself. If I want to be respected, I must first respect myself. If I want to be heard, I must first hear myself, I must listen to myself. And like I said, I want us to take a moment of pausing and doing some reflection, and really being honest to ourselves. Yeah, let's take it in. A lot of us, we busy. We're too busy. We're busy. We're busy with this, we're busy with that. And we don't even have time for ourselves. Now the question would be, if we don't have time for ourselves, how can we have time for others? That would be a very, very interesting topic, or very interesting subject to zoom in. But like I'm saying, the most important relationship is a relationship with yourself. And I think we must take time. We must really take time to form that relationship and ask ourselves questions. that will help us, questions that will build us. Till I see you next time on our conversations on the art of relationships. And we'll go into another subject, but based on this topic. Remember today, take time to be your best friend. Take time, just reflect on yourself. God bless you.